What's going on? Do you even
How's it
bash,
going,
bro?
everybody?
I know Jason Earl just got a new basher. I don't know anybody else that's got any new bashers or anything going on lately.
Sure. I
Yeah,
haven't bought anything as far as
yeah.
backing goes.
What about you? Watch any other YouTube channels? You watch Kevin Talbot or any of those guys with their bashers?
I do every so often, but mostly kind of pick and choose through their crawler stuff.
Yeah, yeah. That's I choose which cars, and I'm like, I don't. I'm never gonna fly a helicopter. I don't need to watch a helicopter crash. Like they're gonna crash it. That's all. Like the video is always them crashing. What's going on, Eric? My mom's in the chat. Jeremy T, Andy, Richie just showed up again. I think he was already in here, but we had Jim on, but his wife called, so we'll see if he hops on later. Right now, we just got Alex hanging out. I want to show off this guy. This is my brushless Stampede with a freaking tape job. I taped drywall tape and metal washers onto the body where it was all tore out, and I used black like masking packing tape. It says something on it. Inner tape 698, whatever the hell that shit is, but it seems to be holding my body up pretty good.
That's good.
There you can see underneath all the tape job I did and the little tiny hole poking through.
Yeah.
But there's a metal washer where that hole is, and then like I said, like at least 2 layers of drywall tape. What's up, West Virginia redneck? And then like a layer of drywall tape, a layer of black tape, a layer of drywall tape, and then I'd like cut it out over and over again so I wouldn't lose the hole. But on the front, I got these Proline, you can barely make it out, body washer saver things, and they're just like a grommet that like sandwich the body, and they take up the space, and they like form around the body so it doesn't try to tear out. So those, every time I put those on a body, they last. Like I've reused those grommets on like 3 bodies now, but it's always the back that tears out super bad.
Okay.
I was gonna turn on. Ooh, shiny lights underneath. Let's see if I can.
That's
Oh, my phone doesn't want to look down. Yeah, I used to have just 2 red LEDs pointing down, and then my dad wanted some lights, but I looked into these like LED strips and was like, those are way cooler. So
I think I do remember that.
I put the green ones on his, and we're just like, damn, those are sweet. So I got the red ones. They're only like $7.99 on Amazon, and they come with like 2.5, 3 feet of LED lights. Like, I mean, you saw this isn't very long, but there's like 18 LEDs I think on each side, and I had at least enough to do 1 more of these, if not 2 more of these. Like there was tons of lights. So all you have to do is like cut where the little copper solder joint is, just like I don't know if you mess with LEDs, and then all you have to do is solder on the 2 red and black where you cut, and you can have another set of lights. But so with this thing, I recently got some hot racing springs. Oh, that one's off already. These are the heavy duty ones. It came with 3 sets. These black ones are like, shit, I should have wrote it down. Like 3mm wire, I think. 3mm gauge, whatever the hell. And then the other ones are like 2.6 2.7 and the other ones are like 2.5 or something like that. So these ones are supposed to be extra thick and extra. They got a dual rate. You can kind of see on there.
Yeah, a
It's
little
like
bit.
a little squishy at the very beginning, and then it like gets harder as you
Oh,
go. And the rear, I put spacers on. Man, you can't hardly see that shit because I was still having. I wanted when I pushed it down, it comes back up now. Like the front does that really well. Bounces right straight back all the way high. And the rear has, everything on it. The motor, the ESC, the freaking receiver. But it used to just squat and you sit flat. And I really noticed in the handling, like I said, I got an oval in our backyard. Sleek, what's going on? Lotus, what's going on? Richard B, what's going on? I think those guys are all coming over from just bashing it, right? Where's the chat? Let me look at the chat real fast. Lotus, what's up, Super? Earl, what's going on? I didn't know if I saw you come in or not. Did you get to play with your MT10 yet, Earl? Sup, Sleaze and Richard. Sleaze must be Sleek. Richard B, what's going on? But yeah, I'm really digging these springs, and I've been wanting to go to the skate park and freaking really test them. And I got, move it back up here. I got a pretty big piece of plywood and like a 35-inch off-road tire, and I think it's like 22-inch wide that I put the ramp up on, and I was sending it a good 15 feet and trying, anytime, especially with this, like I said, it's so back heavy and it's only 2-wheel drive. So like by the time you hit the freaking jump, you're already wanting to do like a wheelie off. And if you don't like adjust the gas just right or adjust the trigger just right or hit the brakes a little bit, you're gonna loop out basically. But anytime I landed flat or even close to flat, it was just like so much nicer. And I used to hear my chassis slap wham on the ground. And I always was like, man, I need to like get some wood chips or some grass or something. But what I needed was better suspension because now it's like way better. It's a little bouncy in the front end, like around my tracks, got some rocks and it'll like kind of jitter the front end around the corner now. But I mean, I want this one to be like skate park worthy rather than just like backyard bash because it'll handle everything in the backyard. I want it to handle, 10-foot air.
yeah.
Chris, what's going on? Lotus, what truck is this? Is that what you said? What truck is this? This is my Stampede 2-wheel drive. Nothing fancy. It's just I just got some hot racing springs. I put the black heavy duty. I got an Amazon special 25 or 35 kilogram, 25. Waterproof servo after the other one quit on me. A RPM front bumper, a RPM bulkhead in red. This is my second chassis because I ended up smashing into myself on one, and I didn't realize they made a black replacement, or I would have got that. So this has the whatever it's called, VXL3S Valenion ESC in it, but I burnt up my motor. Oh, I can't see none of that. I burnt up my motor, so the motor that's in there is actually a Team Associated DR10 drag race motor. It's a 3200 kV, and I think the stock Traxxas motor is a 3500 kV. So it still rips pretty good. I mean, it keeps up with my dad's, and he's got the 3500 kV in it, but his slash is geared higher. And I have like bigger tires. I don't even remember what gearing I have in there. Plus I do wheelies. So anytime we race, he just takes off and I'm like, doing a wheelie over backwards or whatever. Or spinning my tires. Like I just got the stock tires on here. That's the next big upgrade I want is some good tread tires. Because these suck. These are just the stock rims I spray painted flat black. I didn't even take them off. I just like spun them and hit them with the fucking spray paint a little bit at an angle so it wouldn't like go just straight in there. But like on my sticker right here, there's a little bit of an overspray, but you can't tell unless you're like super close. Even right on the frame, there's specks. But that was the other thing. My wheel actually spins now. My dad just bought some bearing carriers for the rear of his slash and realized when he was changing them that his bearings were like shot. So we got some Amazon ones and I just replaced mine. So now my wheel actually, like I was doing wheelies and my front tires would stop in the air. So now it actually moves. Pretty good. 907 Arctic, what's going on? Lotus, let me read your chat over here. I have a Rustler VXL 4x4. Love that thing. Yeah, do you bash it? Do you jump it? Do you like track it? Also have a 6S Kyosho Inferno. My only two electrics. Everything else is gas and nitro. Nice. Yeah, I've been watching. I know you're on that other Nitro guy's channel. Man, I watch so many freaking lives and people nowadays that it's like I can't remember everybody's name or channel. But yeah, that's awesome. I looked at someone put a Stampede body on a Rustler and called it like an LCG Stampede and put, the big tires and stuff on it. Cause I think doesn't the Lotus doesn't the Rustler come with 2.8 tires? They're the same size as a Stampede. It's like a stadium truck kind of thing. Nitro Freak, what's going on? Thanks for stopping in, man. I was talking about I'm going to put my lights back in just to show them off. Talking about my Stampede Basher, I just got some new springs, some heavy duty hot racing springs. My Stampede here. Got the anodized Traxxas, shot caps so they don't blow off. Oh, and then the other thing, let me see if I can actually see them or not. Probably not. On the rear, no, not really. You can almost tell in there the rear shock shafts are gold. I got the hardened steel, titanium nitrate, whatever shock shafts from Traxxas, and hopefully they won't bend, or hopefully not bend as easy as the stock ones did. Anyways, I haven't sent it real high. I got a piece of wood in my backyard and a little dirt jump. So I've jumped it probably like 15 feet, maybe 3.5 feet off the ground, and always tried to land pretty flat. And the suspension works really good, but yeah. I want to send it at the skate park, but it's been nice here. So that means people go out and do stuff. It's all like people-y. It's all people-y out whenever I want to do something.
Yeah.
Richard B has a 24 Kyosho Inferno buggies, everything from brushless and nitro. Yo, love the Stampede. I've got one pretty upgraded too. Custom RC, that's awesome. I think I watch your channel, Custom RC. I think I've seen it. I can't remember. Like I said, I've watched a lot of freaking RC people. That's one of the things that I wrote down to talk about while we're talking about other channels. Have you guys watched any Thunder RC or Kamikaze RC videos? Because if not, you should. Freaking Thunder RC, like, he calls it his death ramp. He's like jumping over freaking palm trees and shit with, every car imaginable. It seems like all the good bashers anyways. The Red Cat, the Vigilante, he's got that one jumping freaking like at least 50 feet in the air. I mean, it doesn't seem that big because the car's so big, but God, he just freaking sends it full speed, or he does, I forgot what he calls it, the bump jump or bump ramp or whatever. He'll just put a piece of plywood on like a old tire and he'll hit it full speed so fast that it like kicks it and he'll do a front flip, wham, and just keep going and like power wheelie out of it. So yeah, if you haven't seen Thunder RC or Kamikaze RC, you got to check those out. Kamikaze RC is bonkers. He does like kick flip grinds at skate parks, or he'll like send it out of a bowl on this side, go all the way back flip and land back on this side, or jump the fence, hit the fence and do another flip, and it's like crazy.
Yeah.
I've been wanting. He always has a extra jump he like brings with him so he can like grind rails and stuff. And I've been thinking, that'd be kind of sweet. I want to grind some stuff. I got wide skid plates sort of to grind some shit. There's a perfect rail at my skate park. I would need like a 1.5 to 2 foot tall ramp, and the rail is like this wide, so my Stampede would just like land on it and slide straight down. But there's like nothing in front of it. Like you're supposed to like ollie or freaking bunny hop onto it like a skate park. But yeah, I need a ramp to take places. Thunder RC is awesome. Casitas, yeah. Nitro Addiction, one-handed, what is up? Nitro Addiction, that's who I was talking about. He does lives all the damn time. He's always ripping freaking nitros. It's funny because I'll like go to turn it on and instantly have to like mute it because it's just like like nitro car, which is awesome. Like I love the sound of it, but like if I'm just reading the chat or hanging out with in the chat, it's like, okay, I don't need to hear him full trigger back and forth every 3 seconds over and over again. I mean, it's bitching to watch. Or one time he was hitting some snow jumps and stuff. That was awesome. But yeah.
Yeah. I need to try and get into bashing a little bit because my youngest wants to get into stuff like that, but
heck yeah.
I don't know what to do as far as, maybe getting something for me to work with him because he runs his little Rolarlo,
Yeah. Does he like to build, or do you just want something you can freaking grab and go? Or
he's still that age. He just wants to grab and go fast.
Yeah. See, there's with the Armas out there, you can't go wrong with the Gorgon. I've heard the body's a little fragile. These Stampedes, you can't really, if you can find an old 2-wheel drive, like brushed one or something, like that's a perfect starter one because it's super simple. Like the parts, you have to go on my brushed one. Here's I call this my kids because it's my slow one, so it's like the one he gets to drive. It's basically got the same kind of mods, some green Traxxas cold weather arms, front and back, the RPM bumper, and besides that, it's just stock. It's got some green lights underneath, green and blue to match this was the VXL body. I used to say VXL under the Stampede right there. I think it still says it on the back. But yeah. I got this body on my VXL one, but instantly traded the red and black body that came with this one. But this thing, it's all Phillips screws, which kind of suck. But if you're giving it to a kid, like, here's the screwdriver, you can take apart everything. Like, you don't have to worry about what size is this, or is he stripping that, or a screw is kind of a pain in the ass, but it's, easy. And being that it's brushed, like that's even with the Arma, you can get it has to be Traxxas. But if you start with brushed, you can go like full trigger into a curb and pretty much maybe break one part, like if anything. Like for the most part, like the brushed slower bashers don't even like go fast enough to break anything. Like, and you can just like send a jump, full speed straight up and down and let them jump it, and they don't weigh enough, they're not going fast enough, like they don't have enough power to backflip and go out of control crazy, and you're just going to land and keep going. So
my son with his little Rolarlo, he likes bashing it in the snow more than anything else.
Yeah, well, see, then you need to go 4-wheel drive. That way you can get some paddles.
Yeah.
Because I want to take my 2-wheel drive to the beach, and then I'll only need paddles in the back. And I was almost thinking of putting like some Stampede tires on the front so they look like a little skinny, raked, kind of thing if I take it to the beach. I have some DR10 skinnies, but that might be a little too thin on the sand. It'd look cool, like super jack raked up with paddles on the back and freaking skinnies on the front.
Yeah.
With the bug body, that would look awesome with the bug body. I got this. Well, let's see if I can take that off. Yep. Got this American flag bug body from my brother. Like a long time ago. I went over to his house to do something. I think we were going to the RC shop, and I was like, yeah, I just broke my body. I mean, I showed you my other body too.
Yeah.
For you that didn't see it, here's my tape job on my other body because it's so thrashed. Anyways, this is now like my 4th of July Veterans Day parade body. Let's see. Oh, it's got shit in the body holes because I haven't hung up. But with a flag sticking out of it, I got a hole right there. And then I'm also going to get a red mohawk to put on it. And then I might get rid of the skull driver and give it some like angry eyes. So it looks like a cartoon character, a mohawk, a flag or two. But yeah, that's my parade body. I'll never get that back up there now. Let's see what they're saying in the chat. One-handed, what is up? Nitro Addiction, Custom RC. We'll make sure to check it out. Thunder RC is awesome. Taylor RC. Oh, I'm not at the bottom of the chat. Mouse213, what up? I don't know if you've ever been on my channel, but thanks for stopping by. The Nitro Addiction is the king of nitro cars. Yeah, Nitro Freak does a lot of lives, but I notice he doesn't run a lot. Like, I like to go bullshit with him, but I'm like, where's the RC cars? What are you working on? What are you doing? And he's just like out for a drive or something.
Yeah. I'm addicted to freaking just building one-to-ones a lot, so I'd like to convince Nitro Freak to do some lives of just ripping that Camaro.
Yeah, right? Oh, no. Shush. Dang, my chat was freaking out for a second. But yeah, if you want to bash in the snow, and if you have like tall grass or like rocky kind of off-road, like I'd say at least a Slash, but I'd go more like monster truck 4-wheel drive because the grass and stuff's not going to slow it down. Even if you do just get a brushed one, like the bigger tires are just going to like go over a lot of stuff. And then, like I said, paddles in the snow for brushed or brushless, like you're gonna still mob around as long as it's not crazy deep.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we do have some grass out here, but
Wild Bill RC, what's going on?
right in front where we live, we have like a half-mile stretch of street that nobody drives down. So
There you go.
whenever it snows, he's got a half a mile of street he can enjoy.
With that much space, I'd say you could go brushless. I don't know. Is that Relarlo brushless or brush?
I think it's brushed.
Mm.
Let's see. I want to say it's brushed. I don't think they come brushless.
And then so
yeah, it's just a brush.
Yeah, what I'd recommend, which is what I want, just because it's what I want, is all I recommend it for, is looking at the Traxxas 4x4 Stampede. They have the BL2S. It's the brushless, but it's like the slower brushless. And even the slower brushless one comes with all the heavy duty knuckles and bearing carriers and all that stuff like already on it.
Yeah.
So if you ever did want to just grab the Valenion system or like a Hobby Wing brushless system to swap out, it'd be freaking everything's already beefed up. You didn't have to spend like the extra $100 on the VXL just to get all the hardcore, like the shock towers and everything are freaking blue heavy duty plastic, and
Yeah.
the bearing carriers are in the front and rear, like the extra thick heavy duty ones. It's crazy.
See, and I have been asking a couple of people questions about bashers, because from what I've been understanding, when it comes to bashers, a lot of people say you're kind of limited when you buy an RTR. So depending on what kind of basher you want, it might be best to actually just go kit from the start,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
build it the way you want it.
yeah, it definitely depends. Like that's why I was looking at the Stampede, and obviously the Arma is good stuff too. But the new Stampede is upgraded with like the new clipless body that has like the lock in the back, so it's basically like a mini X Max type of body where it clips in the front and locks in the back. It's got freaking the the Max style drive shafts, like they're super extra heavy duty compared to like these little thin ones that I got. These are just stock, stock ones in there, and the new ones are like double as thick as that. And then the transmission, this is the older style. They come now with the freaking Traxxas Magnum transmission or some shit with like all metal gears on the inside, like aluminum plate, stuff like that. And I know Arma's known for being easy to work on, the 4-wheel drive systems. You're reading the chat. Oh, all kinds of people.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm ready for spring. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the number on the chat jump up like crazy, so I figured I'd try to
See how
read
they
through
drop
it.
pins sometimes. It's also good just to let the ready to run, because you still got to buy the battery packs and charger. Yeah, see, I like the ready to runs because you can just like buy a battery and go in the parking lot at the hobby shop and like rip around. And like the only reason I would go with Traxxas over Arma is because my local hobby shop carries a lot more RPM and Traxxas parts, for their cars. Like they sell Axial, they sell some Arma stuff, but the Arma wall is like one little wall, and the Traxxas wall is like every other wall basically.
Yeah.
Custom RC, that's what I did with my Slash 4x4. Got the BL2S heavy duty one and made it 3S. How do you do that? How do you make the BL2S a 3S? Only thing it needed was an aluminum center drive shaft. Yeah, see, I hear that's the other basher I really wanted was the Mini Max, because it has 10th scale shocks and drive shafts and stuff on it. But everyone's talking about how weak the diffs are, and like I would totally go to the skate park and just full send it. So I don't really want to break nothing. And just like I said, looking at the Stampede, I was like, for $100 more, it's the same BL2S, but like all the components are 10th scale grade. Like the body's bigger. It's just gonna handle, like, my backyard's pretty lumpy and bumpy, and I feel like even with the bigger tires on the smaller Mini Max, it would be struggling a little bit, if we didn't mow every week. Nitro Addiction, I buy used kits, very tough, great for racing and bashing. Yeah. See, I mean, you can always buy used something or whatever and then fix it up the way you want it. Jeremy, I've done it both ways. It's all up to the builder driver. Yep. Casitas, most RTR bashers are pretty good right out of the box. Yeah, I mean, there's no bad one. You just have to really kind of do your homework on, like, if your son wants to go out in the snow, I'd say 4-wheel drive. Brushless might be a little better if you get a lot of snow and he's got, like you said, a big wide open road to rip up and down. He might want a little more speed, so you could go the Big Rock or the Fire Team or something like that, real big. But even the Granite, Arma Granite 4x4, those are decent trucks, and I think you can buy paddles for those. I don't see why you wouldn't. I've done it both most RTA bashers. Max Balls saying hi to see this Lotus for the price. I love the Rustler VXL. It never breaks. I jumped the crap out of it, sank it in a creek, hit a parking block at full speed, still running. Yeah, see that the Rustler VXL. That's pretty much like the Stampede and like the Slash. Like it has all the same components. The Rustler's just lower center of gravity. It's more of like a stadium truck. Like it'll still wheelie and freaking do backflips and stuff, but it's just a lot like. I mean, it's hard to tell how much ground clearance this has, but like the Rustler, does not have that much ground clearance underneath of it to go over like huge stuff. I mean, it still has almost the same size tires, like I said, but it's a lot lower. So,
Okay.
and the thing is, like with the Stampede and with the, I keep forgetting what he says every time, Rustler, the wheels are out, exposed. So if you hit something sometimes just right because the tire's out there, it'll like snap your servo saver or something real easy will break. Where like my dad's Stampede, he'll hit something and it's like all bumper or body or something. So that's another thing. Like if you want to go in the snow, I'd almost stay away from something with a body that covered the tires because snow just packs up in there like right, especially if you got paddles. Like you're just going to throw snow all in your electronics, all, which is fine if it's waterproof, which most of them are waterproof too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the one thing I find funny with his little Relarla. It packed under the body full of snow every time he's used it, and that's got wheels outside of the body.
Yeah. Yeah, the Stampede, I think, would still probably get some up in front, but there's like no chassis. Like that whole space in the middle is battery. So the only part that would fill up with snow is like the front, probably from the front tires.
Yeah.
But besides that, I don't think. Let's see what I miss. Sleek. Now that Red Cat has some awesome stuff too. Yeah, you just have to get a lot of their stuff online because most hobby stores carry the product, but they're cheap to fix. Yeah, Red Cat. Red Cat is a good option if you don't mind finding parts online and stuff because it is hard to find a hobby shop that carries Red Cat stuff.
Yeah.
Max said my nephew drove his Traxxas Rustler in his in-ground pool years ago. Test the waterproofing, worked perfectly. Yeah, I mean the Traxxas stuff. I will say, like I burnt out the brushless motor on this one. Can't see it. It's dark. So that's why I have the Team Associated DR10 one in there. And I took apart my brushless motor and got a rebuild kit, but there was a bearing way down in the case, like at the very where you couldn't reach it except for reaching down through everything. And the case of the bearing was just stuck. Like it all came out in pieces and the outside was just stuck. And I tried like Sawzall blade, with teeth to grab it. I tried freaking punching it and like turning it. I mean, I tried all kinds of stuff. It was just done for. And this Stampede was out for a long time. And thanks to Earl, he hooked me up with the funds to get a brushed motor back in this Stampede. And that really, I was like, man, how can I fix my other Stampede? And I was looking at Hobby Wing brushless motors and stuff like that. And I had my DR10 sitting around and I was like, man, I bet the Traxxas motor plugs are like proprietary. But I was like, well, I'm going to try it. So I didn't even take the motor out or nothing. I just like disconnected them and set the two RC cars next to each other. And they plugged right in and I freaking hit the trigger and it turned. And I'm like, well, I don't use this DR10 anymore. So this motor's out. My DR10's sitting over there in parts now. Yeah, Earl was on here. He has the MT10. I was wondering if he got to run it. He was hoping for some snow to maybe run and bash in. I was wondering if he got to. LGRC, what's going on? That's over 3 inch. I like that you had to say the American LG. Miss Veteran RC, what's going on? Lots of first time people to my live, and I haven't done a live for a while, so I appreciate y'all hanging out. My nephew
Yeah.
Joe, in his pool, I got that. I bash all my RC. 907 says I bash all my RCs from Slash, Outcast, X Max, UDR, Max, Centon, year round. Heck yeah! And you must have paddles on everything up there, 907. Veteran RC, I don't know if I've got time to check out your channel. Let's see if I can go to your channel without freaking out my iPad. It freaked out. Make sure I'm subscribed. I was going to drop your link, but it might not let me do it on the iPad. Subscribe. There you go. I dropped your link earlier in the other guy's chat, just bashing it. I was hoping he'd stop in. I sent him the link, but I think he's got to work tomorrow. He was fixing up his RCs earlier on a live. We're all hanging out. That's where a lot of these guys are from. Rooster, I think you've been on one of my lives before, but I'm not sure. Welcome. See, now I lost my live. I'll be right back. Technical difficulties.
All right. Looks like Sloop's taking off for the night.
Who?
Sleep. Looks like he's heading out for the night. He said,
Yeah.
see you later.
Sleek's probably got work tomorrow, too. See you later, Sleek. All right. I got my chat back up. Richard B., first time here. I'm here on this live channel. Yeah, I used to do a few more lives, but I kind of been real busy looking for work and busy just doing life stuff. And I've had parts, like I got these new springs, and I thought, man, I'm going to jump on a live and install these. And then it was like, the next thing I know, I'm taking the tire off, and I'm like, oh, yeah, where's my phone? I was going to film this or live this. And I was like, it's only going to take 20 minutes. And I just throw them on rather than wait. You know, I don't feel like waiting. But I should make more videos of installing parts and stuff like that. I feel like most people probably know how to change springs. It's pretty easy.
Yeah. And there is a couple of things that I wish some people would do, you know, with certain things, like a lot of the transmitters.
Yeah.
You know, you'll find videos that are 7 years old,
Yeah.
kind of giving you a basic rundown, and then hear somebody like me trying to learn one, trying to figure it out, and then all of a sudden I find a whole different thing in it that I haven't seen on anybody's description, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, especially with this two-wheel drive Stampede, because there's like been new models and there's like a four-wheel drive, and like I look at videos and I'm like, oh, cool, there's some roll cage, and I'm like, oh, they don't even make them anymore. Or, you know, somebody will talk about something and it's like, they don't make that anymore. So kind of crazy trying to find freaking stuff and how old some of the videos are.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of times, like, I mean, like I said, I should have made a video of just changing the springs just to be like making a video, but at the same time, like someone might not know that these springs even existed, and they're probably bending shock shafts and shit like I did. So they might, you know, hey, this guy upgraded his shocks without getting the premium ones or whatever.
Yeah.
Jim's back. No worries, Jim. Who else did I see? Oh, Lotus said it's his first time here too. Yeah, thanks for stopping in, Lotus. I'm glad you guys all hung out and jumped over from the other lives. It's cool that we're all mixing the RC hobby up. Usually I talk about a lot of crawlers or even some of these robot models and stuff. It's supposed to rain this weekend, so I got that model sitting right there behind the candle. I might throw that together like Sunday morning or something if no one else is live.
Yeah.
LG said, not much, Jenny. I don't bash anymore. All my nitros are in bits, but my 20-year-old Traxxas Revo. I think that's... So I was talking to Alex here earlier. My first hobby grade RC was I bought it used from a coworker. Was a Nitro Revo, I think. Had a 2-speed. I have no idea what size motor or anything, and it had the little starter box in the back. And I bought it used for like $150. He brought it over to my house. Like I was in a new housing development, so behind me were like all these big dirt mounds going up and kind of flattening housing sections out. So I just take it back there, and I had a 2-speed, so I could just like full speed and hit this freaking dirt mound and full send that thing. I mean, I could drop it from like any height and it would like not bottom out the suspension. And the only thing I ever broke on that was the reverse gear, and I did it myself, like hit reverse in the air or something stupid. And for a long time I just played with it without reverse. I was like, whatever, like if I got stuck I had to go grab it or whatever. But I remember I told him, and he's like, oh dude, that's like a $6 part, and I think I have one left over, and I'll come over this weekend. And he fixed it all for me. And I remember he was like, have you tuned this thing? Have you been checking the air fuel ratio? And I was like, no, I don't. I just start it and then I play with it until it runs out of gas, and then I fucking do it again the next day. Like, and I mean, I just abused the hell out of that thing. So a Nitro would be super fun. I mean, if you're like don't have neighbors that wouldn't hate you, freaking a Nitro, if you could find a used Nitro, those things rip, man. Those things are super fun, but they can be finicky. I mean, like if you're wanting to play in the snow and the cold, you better like want to tune it a lot. Casitas crawlers. I have a Rustler VXL. I put a Max 10 system in it. That's the Max 10 is the hobby wing. Very happy with it. The Rustler is definitely tough. Do you have the Max 10 brushless motor or just the ESC? My brother's 4x4 Stampede ESC and motor just took a shit. He went to play with it and he was like, "Whoa, whoa." And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I don't know. It has like drag brake. And I'm like, what do you mean it has drag brake? That's not good. So I think he fried his motor. And then we were trying to mess with it, and he moved the wires on his ESC and it would cut out and shit. But we tried to, oh, Jim might be backstage. There he is. Did it work? What happened? No. Hell. Add to stage.
What up?
There he is.
What's going on, Jim?
Oh man. Yeah, right as Denny was getting ready to start, I had to jump off because my wife called. And I had,
Yeah.
between then and now, I shoveled 400 feet of driveway and got her in the house.
What?
That's
I missed the 400 feet of driveway, and what happened?
Huh?
I missed the after 400 feet of driveway.
Oh, I had to shovel 400 feet of driveway, and then I got her in the house
Shit.
when she got here.
Yeah, that's a lot of driveway. You need an off-road vehicle.
So, you know what that means. Stone Jim time again.
Yeah. I might have to go
Oh,
out
man.
and do that myself.
I'm hurting from here to there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was only like, 2 inches of snow. You just walk with the shovel and then veer off and shovel it over. Then walk with the shovel for another 10, 15 feet, throw it over, Just keep doing that. About 80 times or so.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Oh, guess what? So,
Uh-oh. What happened now, Jim?
Dang it, my freaking chat keeps doing that. Miss.
TRX4M, right?
Yeah.
Well, I happened by my local hobby shop there, that one that switched over to all Traxxas. And lo and behold, sitting in his display case, he had the TRX4M Ts, all pretty, and everything. Well, he had the bodies on display sitting there. And I asked him about them, and he's like, well, somebody bought them and didn't want that color or whatever he said. I'm not sure. So
Richard B. from Norway, thanks for stopping.
I was able to pick up one of these new TRX4MT bodies and check this out.
With the blower.
They come with the full light kit, the roll bar lighted, everything.
Dang.
Well, turn it on. I want to see that shit.
Wow. I haven't even hooked this up yet, man. But I just got it and pulled it out, and that it's all beautiful. But hell yeah. And I priced it out. These bodies they sell for $80. He couldn't find to order up the blower. And then the light kit, like the light kit is $20 and then the roll bar is $20. So I got it for $60.
Jim, West Virginia Redneck says he apologized for not doing the podcast as he's not feeling well.
It's all right, man. You hit me up when you got time. To be honest, I forgot. Imagine that.
Earl, did you ever get freaking not removed from stage? No. Earl, did you ever get paddles for your?
I got mine.
You just waiting to run it when the weather gets better.
That's a nice
Chad,
body.
what's going on? That's your son.
Now I just need the Bigfoot stickers.
Yeah. Those
I've got the monster truck tires, so I'm all set.
I forgot somebody used to make the Bigfoot stickers, but I think it was for the Smasher.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's Andy said he got some, so
yeah.
So they make them.
The Smasher ones would be a little small, but they'd still be perfect Bigfoot snakes.
Well, I'll just like I said, Andy got some for his MT, so somebody out there's making them an 18th scale. I'll get them.
Mini stop. Then I guess I missed, or did Casitas ever say if he had the Max 10 brushless motor too, or just the ESC?
I'm not sure.
I don't see him in the chat again after that. But yeah, my brother's motor and ESC took a shit, and I was telling him, you know, there's other ones you can get besides the Traxxas stuff, and he's like, well, I want to go to like 4S, and I'm like,
Veteran RC. What's up, Chad? Tony. Oh, there's Earl. What's up, buddy?
Earl. Yeah, Earl said he wants to do a video of how he set it up. Yeah, Earl, I don't know if you saw my upgrades here that I was trying to show off. These black springs are from Hot Racing, and they're the heavy duty ones, so they're like 3mm wire. I think that's what it was. I can't remember exactly now, but
you're working on the Baron.
I remember it being. Yeah, you need to bash that thing. It would do some jumps. But then I also got the hardened steel titanium nitrate coated or some shit. You can't even see them in there. The rear
titanium nitride.
There you go. I don't know why I couldn't say that. But yeah, so I got the spacers in the rear.
Oh, I'm just used to it with what I do.
Yeah.
Alex probably knows about that.
And now I got it where if I push the whole car down, front or rear, it pops right back up. The front's real stiff. It's like, you see how fast that is compared to that. But yeah, now I'm more ready for sending it, 10, 12 feet in the air at the skate park like I shouldn't be. My phone's wanting to fall over. Don't touch it. West Virginia, this is my Stampede. Let's put the body on so you can kind of tell what it looks like. This is a Traxxas Stampede 2-wheel drive, the VXL model, but I have a Team Associated DR10 drag motor, 3200 kV in it. I just painted the stock rims and tires. That's what I'd like to get next. I got an RPM front bumper that's been bashed all to hell. I got RPM rear arms. I got RPM bearing carriers, front and rear. I'm pretty sure because they've all broke.
Redneck said,
LED lights
batch-tastic.
under it. Let's plug those in. Show them off again. So after I was talking earlier, after my nitro run in the RC world, I sold it to my cousin, the same truck for like $100 after I bought it for 150. But after that, my brother started getting back into into RC, and I was like, man, I want like a monster truck. Like I remember the big suspension, the big tires. Like I just thrashed it, but I didn't really have like X-Max or freaking Arma, what is it, Notorious or Big Rock money. And I saw the brushed Stampede at my hobby shop, and they had it on clearance for like $150 or something. And I was like, done, like sold. And I bought like 2 batteries right then, plugged it in the parking lot, thrashed around in their little dirt lot. They have a little bit of a jump track kind of area, but they have mostly just a big open lot for airplanes, RC airplanes. So I just ripped around out there and was like, watching the suspension and doing wheelies and stuff like that. Like even the brushed one,
I'll be right back.
hold the wheelie. We'll just hold the wheelie for days. It barely has power to like flip over backwards or anything, so it'll just stay there. But yeah, super fun to bash these little Stampedes, or if you have a Gorgon, or if you don't have a basher and have the room, I suggest getting one, because sometimes it's fun to go full trigger and just freaking do a jump or do a wheelie, or like I said, just full trigger back and forth. Even sometimes it's fun. Like I was talking to Alex, I've been looking at parks in my area to go rip this thing, but I want some kind of like a jump or a curb or a speed bump or just something to jump or wheelie over. But there's nothing. I can't really find anything that's like either close or not busy. Every time it gets nice out, it gets all peoply out. So
Yeah.
freaking go to the skate park and there's skaters there. Like, don't they know I'm trying to freaking film RC videos? And that's a lot of times it's like, man, I could go really early in the morning, but that's when it's like cold and shit. Like that's when I'm gonna break stuff. But yeah, so this thing's had like every part. Oh, it's got an RPM bulkhead too, the red thing in there, and a Amazon servo, aluminum shock caps, the adjustable body post. That way, that's why my body sits a lot lower than that green one. This black one does. But this is my second chassis on this one too, because when I first got it, I used to still drink beer from time to time, and I was just got a 3S battery for it, and we have a pretty open private like road in front of us with a cul-de-sac and stuff, so I got quite a bit of space if I want to go fast. And I was just like full triggering it back and forth, and I got kind of shitty and ended up coming right at myself and just took it right in the shin. Like I tried to jump out of the way, but I was maybe a 6-pack in by then. So I just took it right on the shin, watched my RC car like fold in half, but I broke the frame, the servo, and the bulkhead on my leg. So definitely don't drink an RC. Never on 3S. Stick to brushed. Chad, thanks. Looks awesome, he said. Yeah, this is my like real beater. Like I said, the green one's kind of like I call my kids because it's the slow one, but that was the one I played with for a long time. And man, there's something about driving a slow RC fast, like even the crawlers, when you just like full trigger up something, sometimes it's kind of fun to watch it like really bounce, or even catch a little air under the front tires and catch and grab and rock bounce it. So like my brushed one, my backyard's just big enough where I could just full trigger, keep it full trigger for like 2 or 3 seconds, let off, and then brake and hit a turn and, do it again and come right back at me or something. But like with this brushless one, like if I full trigger it, it's either going to wheelie over backwards or I'll full trigger it and get just enough speed to have to instantly like slam on the brakes to do the same thing, where before you're like full trigger the whole time and now you're like like it's real squirrely sometimes, especially like I don't even run 3S because every time I've broken something, usually on myself, like I said, but it's like so squirrely, like it'll just, like I said, flip over backwards, and it's not even 4-wheel drive, like it won't do a standing backflip or anything, but it'll basically be out of control or just land on its back, and then you have to go pick it up. Yeah, sometimes too much power is like not even fun. Like I play with my brother's Max on 6S, and he can't go full trigger in the backyard because he'll like blow into the neighbor's yard because he'll be going so fast. This car probably does maybe 35 on a good day, downhill 40. I think the box says like 35 or something like that. But across grass and uneven terrain, if you're even doing 30, if you're not in control or don't have enough, if you're going too fast, you're going to flip over backwards, or you go to turn, you're going so fast you just roll over. I do that all the time, where you're like full trigger, oh sweet, there's a turn, and you just turn and realize you're going way too fast and just tumble wumble freaking 50 times in a row. So sometimes, like I said, it's like fun to start or have a brushed slow truck that you can just drive balls out to the wall, and like everyone said in the chat, they had rustlers and stuff that just slam into stuff, jump the hell out of it, run it underwater in a pool, and just keep going. Try to have a basher.
Well, how you're talking about taking turns and tumbling,
Yeah.
that actually brings up a question that I've recently had and still don't quite have an understanding with it. For bashers and off-roading, when you're setting up your suspension, considering turning, do you want that front suspension to be a little loose to where it, body rolls a little bit and bites, or do you want that suspension to be hard where the front tire almost pushes through a little bit?
So with these springs, like I was saying earlier, I got the super heavy duty ones, and my dad got the medium ones on his Slash because they have the same shocks front and back. But the medium ones still had a dual rate and were softer than these ones, where, like I said, when I push this down, it's like right back up. And before, my dad had put rear springs on the front to like really stiffen the front up. And he was getting, like you said, a lot of push because it was so bouncy. That's like what this does now. It's so stiff in the front. Like every little rock, instead of like the suspension going up and down, I'm doing little wheelies. So if you have too stiff, like this is more of a skate park setup rather than like my backyard setup. Where now with the medium springs that my dad put on the front, he noticed that like when he turns, instead of just like a spin out, or instead of like 3-wheeling it, which like my Stampede will now do, it'll pick up the rear tire in the rear, like it'll dive in the front, but it's so stiff in the back, instead of like squatting on one side, it just lifts. My dad's truck will squat around the turn, like you said, and like seems to give him more grip. Because he said, he was like, oh, these springs are a little softer, blah, blah, blah. And he wasn't sure about it. And he even put in spacers at first and then took them back out. So it is, like I've got spacers in the rear here just to stiffen it up more. It depends on your terrain. Like we got hard packed dirt with pretty big rocks in it. So there's a lot of undulation where you want like that dual rate. You can watch my dad's Slash front tire, like the suspension work and the body's staying smooth, where my Stampede's like really doing a wheelie over it. So yeah, it depends on your terrain. Like if you had just a straight oval car, you'd probably want it a little more stiff, obviously, on the outside or something like that. Or if you wanted like a skate park basher like mine, I went full stiff, because I plan on jumping it 10 feet in the air at least.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like
and that's like I could have got Traxxas makes ultra shocks, like big bore shocks, but they're like $50 a set. And these springs on Amazon were like $11 for the hard, medium, and soft front, and then like $12 for the hard, medium, soft rear. And those hot racing springs, they fit any like the Rustler Stampede / any of that. So if anyone out there, is curious of what I got, that's what it is. And then the coated shock shafts, I guess that's a big upgrade that I saw Mark Santa Maria, MSM, actually talk about when he was racing the 4x4 Jado. He got the BL2S and was racing that. And he said the front shock shafts are so exposed that they bend a lot, and that the Traxxas ones are like a really good cheap upgrade. So I got the shock shafts in the rear because those are the longer arms and the more likely to bend. I've never bent a front shock shaft yet, so luckily. But yeah, stuff like that's really a good upgrade too. And then like different shock oil weight, like you were saying, to tune it. Like we just run 50 weight, but I could probably almost like up mine to like 80 weight, maybe even more, because I do plan on like wanting to jump it real high. Jim's back. So it all just depends. Like you got to set up to your terrain.
So I need to jump off here. I need to go make my wife some dinner.
Alrighty.
So I'll catch you guys later, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
all right.
Peace.
All right, yeah.
I took myself out with the Arma Infraction 6S. There were band-aids involved. Yeah, Jeremy, I probably still have a scar. Why do I keep doing that? I probably still have a scar where this RC hit and this is before I had this big RPM bumper, and it used to come with just a little tiny scoop of a front bumper that didn't stick out past the tires and stuff, so you freaking run right into the chassis basically. I mean, it hurt like hell. Lotus, there was a guy a few years ago lost a foot to an Arma Limitless with a billet front splitter. Holy shit.
God. Oh.
I mean, I could imagine doing, what do you say, Arma Limitless? Those things do, 100 miles an hour. And if you got an aluminum chassis, that's just a blade flying through the air. Jeremy, I took myself out. Oh. No stopping the Rustler 4x4. Hit a driveway drain at full tilt. Only broke the steering ball link end. Yeah, I'm sure Arma has the same kind of stuff where it just like breaks a simple part, but like if I break a bearing carrier, it's literally just like taking off the tire, one screw, popping the bearings out, and then right back together. Or like a drive shaft, like one screw, take off the tire, like your every little part is only like 2 or 3 screws away from being replaced, like at the max. And there's like every part that you could think of. So that's, with the Red Cat kind of basher and stuff, you have to know the RC a lot, I guess, to know like what things are called on the RC. If you break a bearing carrier, I don't know if it's a bearing carrier on a Red Cat. I'm sure it is, and kind of shit, but you know what I mean? It might be called something different. You might have to do more research to find it. Where like I can go, if you get an Arma or a Traxxas, you can just go to your local hobby shop or even a Main and pretty much find anything real easy.
Yeah.
Lotus says he likes his suspension medium all the way around. Yeah, Lotus, you have mostly nitro stuff. I remember one of the nitros, isn't the max have like 4 shocks? Because I remember my Revo, I mean, I could drop it from like so high in my garage and just like super plush landing every time. And I was so amazed that I was like, I don't know if the guy built the shocks or if that's just how they came. Like, I don't know what it was, but the suspension was super awesome on that thing. $30 weight oil in your shocks, Earl? That seems kind of light. I mean, I guess you probably don't plan on just skate parking it like I do. I mean, I don't just skate park it. I play in my backyard too, but Arlong, what's going on? Where I just missed something West Virginia was talking about. V2, lock my rear diffs. Earl said he's using 30 weight. No help at all bumper. Yeah, I've seen them on those before. Yeah. On my Relarlo Omni Terminator. What is? Oh, no bumper on your Terminator? Yeah, you need, if you're going to bash, you need like a good bumper or a freaking something. And that's, I'm glad RPM makes this big ass fucking thing for the Stampede because it barely sticks out by further than the tires, but it does just enough where it absorbs the impact. And then the shocks kind of go back at an angle. Like they don't go straight up and down, they kind of go back. So anytime you hit something, it sort of just gives and pushes, it's almost about that angle that the front tires go back at. So if you hit a curb or something, it just kicks it up rather than like I wish Relarlo let aftermarket make parts because they are making killer stuff. Yeah, see, that's the other thing. If you go to Red Cat or something, it might be hard to find aftermarket stuff. Where if you want an aluminum shock tower or if you want like metal drive shafts or something, you might just be shit out of luck. Like where I can go on Amazon. I mean, I don't really want the Chinesium aluminum shock towers. I can go on Amazon and get like anodized red shock towers for this for like $30, shipped or whatever. Where if you want something shiny on something else, it might be harder to find.
Yeah.
Earl, you said the MC10 is a light truck. I don't think it can be lighter than this little. Look at the chassis on that thing. There's nothing to this. This weighs like, I'd say, shit. 7-8 pounds max. 7.
Dang.
No battery in it right now, so maybe 8 with a battery, if that. That body don't weigh nothing. But still, 30 weight just seems real light to me. I don't know why. I don't know. Let me know. Maybe I'm going too heavy. I just figured I wanted heavy so I could send it. Oh yeah, redneck. I hear you. Yeah, just because sometimes like I still have the Traxxas God damn it, the Traxxas plug on here, and a lot of people just cut this off and run whatever. But I just found on Amazon I could buy these Huvo, whatever the heck they're called, Hovo. This is only a 5,000. The new ones are 5,200, and this is a 60C pack. The new ones are an 80C, so I think that's one of the other reasons my dad's Slash is quite a bit faster. But yeah, this is the batteries I run. Huvo. You got stickers all over it and shit, just so I can tell mine from my dad's. We have so many batteries. Yeah, and then the other thing is I broke my chassis on my Shin, and then I got this new gray chassis, and then I found out they make a black one, and I'm like, damn it. And then I find out that I put all my new parts on this because to change the chassis and the bulkhead and the servo, like you have to tear the whole front end apart, which isn't too bad, but quite a job for this. The 3S batteries don't fit in this chassis. There's like a space where in the stock one you can like take out a piece of foam and have extra room. In this one, it's just filled in with plastic. So now I can't even run a 3S if I want to, but show off my lights again. Put the body on and give the full effect. Lights are pretty good. So I was, I don't know if I said while I was live, but I got some like monster truck type flags coming, like those little American 5x8 flags you can wave around. I got a flag with my logo and a handprint coming that I want to put on this when I take to parades and stuff with this body on it. And then I want to get a red Mohawk, and I might put some eyeballs on the windshield. I don't know yet. But I want to get a flag, and I'm thinking I might screw it to my wheelie bar where that zip tie is. But the problem is that's at like this end of an angle. And I found on Endura they make a 9-inch little whip antenna that has like a spring towards the bottom so it can wave. Otherwise, it's going to have to go through the middle of the... That's where I had the American flag before when I took it up to a Veterans Day parade. But yeah, that's my parade body for those of you that missed it earlier. My brother gave me this body. Thanks, brother. He watches my live sometimes, but... yeah, so I got some flags coming. I'm hoping I can put them on somewhere where when I crash, they don't just break every freaking time. I got 10 of them for like $10, but yeah, mounting them. Otherwise, I could go. Hard to tell with all the lights on, but on the shock tower right here, there's a little flat part, and I could like drill to that and then drill up through the hole. It would be in the back window of that bug body instead of right in the hole that I had it, so I'd have to have a new hole. But like I said, I want to get a Mohawk on there, so probably cover up that hole anyways.
Yeah.
Earl, wait, just bashing it. What's going on? Super, you're here. Propriety of parts suck. Yeah, bashing it here. What's going on, bashing it? Yeah, a bunch of your crowd came over to my live too, man. It was awesome. Everybody mixing up all the lives. Get the Dremel out, yeah. Ryan Koshner, what's going on? I thought I seen someone say hi to you. Earl, I want to put some lights on my truck, but I can't find them on the bottom because they'll get smashed when it bottoms out. I don't know what the chassis is like on your MT10. Is there a side like this you can put it on that the body covers? I mean, because mine's pretty exposed right there in the middle if I were to bottom out, but I have a lot of ground clearance before I hit that. Like, I'd have to come down right on the coping at a skate park or something to like, and if I did that, my chassis is going to break. So I'm like more worried about that than my lights. The lights were $7, the chassis is like 3 hours of changing. But if you had like a side rail, or I don't know if you can see, yeah, that hole right there. If you just put, get some regular LEDs and put them straight down and then like hot glue from the top, wire them, straight, pointing straight down. That way they don't have to protrude out underneath of your chassis. That's what I had. That's what I have. Let me put the battery in this one to show you these lights. That's what I did on here. So there you see I got green in the front and blue in the back. And they're just little LEDs wired through the top of, I got a little space on the side of the battery, like just enough for, I think that's a 5mm LED. And they're kind of protruding out on mine, but I got like a double step on the chassis right there. And then you can kind of see, it's bright in here, but they put off quite a big light. There's this thing gets in the way. Oh, you can't even see it. The skid rail thing gets in the way of the green one a little bit. You can kind of see the X it puts on my chest and shit, but it puts out good light. Like when it's, at all dark, they're pretty bright for just 4 lights. You could get, 6 or 8 of them depending on how big your chassis is. But that's always an option. Drill a few small holes. This body's all tore up too, but not as bad. This one I have some metal washers. Had a friend cut them out of aluminum, and then I had to shape them to the back of the bed. Oh, the other thing I want to get, so you can see my wheelie bar is zip tied all the way up to wheelie. On the bottom right here, I want to maybe for the parade take these tires off. And have you seen those skateboard tail sparkers you can get? They're little what's that shit? Tungsten? No. What's that stuff that sparks? There's some friggin' metal or whatever that sparks real gnarly, but I want to put that on the wheelie bar so every time I do a wheelie, it shoots sparks off the back. Extra cool. But then I'd probably zip tie it or screw it on, and then, like I said, take the tires off. That way the wheelie bar would be hitting the sparkers only, and then when I put the tires back on, it would just not hit those. Check the chat. I guess I'll put LEDs over the wheel wells. Yeah, but then if you put it in the wheel wells, then dirt and rocks and mud and stuff. Well, on your Stampede, the body doesn't, Stampede, on your MT, the body doesn't cover the wheels, right? Urban Legends saying hi. What's going on, man? Thanks for stopping in. Somehow my chat keeps freezing and I'm missing a bunch of it. West Virginia said he's going live after me. I don't even know how long I've been on, but only an hour. I plan on going for a while. I don't even know what time it is. 8. Probably go till at least 9. Hot Glue loves you. Yeah, man, I glued in those LED lights, and it's like not coming out. They're not going to hit nothing. Brian said, Denny, that is so patriotic, it makes me want to vomit. Thanks, Brian. With the freaking Hitler bug body on my... Well, I guess Traxxas is made in America. They're made in... I don't know if the parts are made in America, but they're assembled, boxed here. Brian came to do 2 things. Drink beer and kick ass, and he's almost out of beer. Earl will take a look. Party in the front, business in the back. Mullet. Yeah, see, I thought about getting, there's a Mohawk that's like rigid rubber. That way if I roll, it's not going to break. But I thought about getting the the furry looking one, like the real fake red hair or something, and like putting a freaking big long mullet on the back. But I want to get those sparkers, so I don't really want to catch my car on fire either. I need to put freaking Roman candles like sticking straight out the front. That way, when I do wheelies, I shoot Roman candles up. Magnesium, tungsten, magnesium. Is that the? Yeah, I think that's the sparker shit. That's you get those flint sticks or whatever. Earl, yeah, I want to do bed liner on one of my bodies, like just the can that you can buy from the auto parts store, and see if it helps. Because I don't know if you were here when I was showing this, but that's the mess I got going on in my body, trying to freaking make it work. I use drywall tape and this black packing tape. It's like real sticky, and I put a metal washer like that one I had just had with a hole one right there to try to freaking tape it in place. And I got like layers and layers going all different directions, but just the way the Stampede body is, like there's a bed rail right next to the body hole, and it makes it just bend and break out like every little crash. It seems like it's messing up the back of the bed. But like I know freaking the Gorgon, I've seen lots of people fold that body inside out and crack it in half from like side to side. So there's no freaking great body. Kev had a rhino lined body for me, but I don't know if he still has it with everything he's got going on.
Yeah, not sure.
I was really hoping to get that because that would be, he freaking rhino lined it at his job, and you know, that body would be indestructible.
Yeah.
Found the bed liner at sale on Walmart the other day. Yeah, I wonder if it works. Urban Legend, get the motorcycle helmet Mohawk. It has suction cups. The one I was looking at is for like kids' bikes helmets, and it's rubber, so it doesn't, you know, like I said, bend and shit. And it's only for the parade time. Like I'm not gonna run that body all the time. I mean, I might put it on from time to time, but I kind of like. They kind of swoop backwards, but I was gonna put it forward so they look like they're going, you know, forward instead. Yeah, see, I thought I started fixing that body with drywall tape, and I was going to use shoe goo, but I thought we had shoe goo and we didn't, so I used other tape. Zip tape is awesome. Yeah, I don't know what the stuff says, something on it. Intertape 698. I don't know what the heck it's for. It's pretty strong, and it stuck really good to the body after I cleaned it, which that body's thrashed, so even clean was not great. Earl, yeah, you wish you would have waited. So that's the other thing, Earl. Like, I mean, with this one and with the new Stampedes and even the Armas, like, it sucks because you have to buy the same body. Like, at least for this Stampede with the body pins, like, there's all kinds of like monster truck bodies and shit I can buy. There's the Amazon ones I can buy for like $25. And sometimes you can get them to fit. Like, you might be able to get the bug body to fit your MT. I mean, obviously, you just have to make your own holes. I got a piece of rope in there to hang on my wall, but you'd have to make your own holes. Probably. I don't know about the back. It's pretty narrow. I don't know how what shape the MT body mounts are on, but I always thought, you know, when I was looking at the Gorgon, I was like, man, the only body you can ever put on there, unless you like super make your own body posts, is that one, especially because the way it mounts. Like the clipless system is so you can't put any other body on it. Shit, Redneck, I don't know if I could figure out how to drop the link again. Sorry. Every time I try to touch StreamYard tonight, I've kicked myself off. What did you bedliner though, Redneck? Yeah, Brian, I know people have fixed their crawler bodies, but I know people have fixed their basher bodies that way too. I just don't know how good it stands up to it. Oh, Earl, I was gonna say about those tires. I'm glad I just read that. If they don't have a different offset hex, then I can't use them because the freaking Stampede. I mean, you can kind of tell like how deep that one is compared to that one. So the offset on the Stampede is different because the width of the arms are different. So if those rims that you're going to send me just have one regular hex, then I could get spacers, but these are spaced some stupid width. Like, I don't know if they even make spacers. There's A-arms. There's a wide A-arm kit you can buy for the two-wheel drive Stampede that is the same offset as the rim is to fix that. But then you have to buy new steering linkages, the A-arms obviously, and then you have to buy another set of tires that are the same offset. But yeah, so I meant to say that when you're going to send them to me that I don't know if I could use them or not because of the stupid offset. Yeah, Brian, Bashers really flex it. Like my body, there's lots of slow motion videos of like me jumping and my body's all woo, woo, woo. Or you see me crash like upside down in some of my shorts and it's like, the body kind of disappears and just like gets flattened out. Earl, heat it up and pull it off. Did you use shoe goo on there? You're never going to get that shoe goo off. I'd almost just paint the outside of the body after you ran it a while, like after it gets scratched up and shit, and really you don't care, like maybe just spray the outside and see if it holds up to like crashes and stuff. Because I mean, it should hold up on the inside and really keep it from screwing up. But if you're already taped and gooed the whole inside, oh yeah, Redneck, the juice bottle he made, yeah, that thing was cool. Yeah, so the plain Jane rims, no spacer, just molded into the rim. Yeah, so I don't know proprietary. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say earlier, Brian. Proprietary. Can't say the words. But Earl, yeah, I don't. If those fit on yours, I mean, run them. I don't because, like I said, unless I get spacers, because I know Upgrade RC makes spacers, but it's for their rims, and I think it's for. I want to say it's for the 4x4 or something. I don't remember, but yeah, unless they have different removable hexes, I can't use them. Gorilla tape inside and heated it up. Oh. Well, you might be able to get it off.
My phone's going stupid again.
Freaking out?
I'm going to go ahead. My phone's going stupid again. I'm going to go ahead and hop off. It's freaking burning up.
Alrighty. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah. All right, no problem, man. Enjoy it.
Yeah. I'll talk to you later.
All right, later, everybody.
See ya. Just bashing it's off the bed. See you, man. Yeah, I know it's Wednesday night, kind of a random time to do a late night. Now that Alex jumped off, how long I've been on? An hour and a half. It's 8:30. I'll probably go another 30 minutes. West Virginia said he was going to go live after me tonight. If you guys want to hang out some more, I'll probably jump in your chat there, West Virginia. So, what else? I don't know how many of the new people were still in here, but Earl, what kind of YouTube channels have you been seeing your MT10 on? What kind of basher videos have you been watching? Why did you make the upgrades you made? I mean, I know there's a reason to make everything stronger, but what's the channel like? Who made you really do it? Yeah, Earl, I would bash that body, man. Since you already put the tape in it, I would just bash that body until the outside is like really thrashed, and then spray that over it. Maybe tape off the windows, maybe not. I mean, I would just coat the whole thing and then see if it extends to life. See if you can bash it more. See if it just scrapes off. See if it just separates. I mean, obviously you're gonna have to like clean the body really well with alcohol and maybe even scuff it up before you paint the outside. Might have to peel off the stickers. I don't know how well it'd stick to that, but that's what I would do. Like that's kind of what my plan is I might take one of these old bodies that I have and just coat the inside and out and see if that really like strengthens it or not. All European channels? Wow, yeah. I know Kevin Talbot did a video on that a long time ago, obviously a European channel. And he bashed the shit out of it, but I don't remember what upgrades he did afterwards. But what'd you end up doing? I don't remember what all. I mean, if it's too much to put in the chat, no worries. But I know you did like the roof skid and the bed skid, which that's something else. Looking at the 4x4, God dang Ash. Stampede has like the roof skid and the bed skid and the lock-in bed mounted, like the Max and X Max. That's how the body mounts, like it just slides in and mounts down. So that's another reason I'd really want to get that as an upgrade for my next RC. I plan on keeping this one going like forever because they're always going to make parts for it. But like, I really want a 4-wheel drive for the control, for my track, for trying to do backflips, and then eventually I would probably upgrade it to like a hobby wing, like Casita said earlier. He must have took off. He put a Max 10 in it. That's, you know, probably what I'd end up wanting to do. Adjusted your shock angle like on the A arms, but RPM lower arms. See, that's cool that they make RPM. I didn't even know they make RPM arms for that. Put 10K in the rear, 100K in the center, 30K. Yeah. Yeah, I heard someone I just heard said you wanted lighter in the rear. It was Sleek, I think, was talking about wanting lighter oil in the rear because it's a lot closer. So you're still going to end up with more power to it. So you kind of want it lighter. Plus, I mean, you're going to just like one wheel peel if you really turn hard and unload that tire, which is like what mine does. But that makes it kind of easier to drive rather than just spinning out. You kind of push instead of. Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, I got my shocks on the front. There's only 2 holes. On the front, there's only 2 holes to mount the shocks, but I have them on the outside because I got the stiffer springs, so I get more leverage that way. And on the rear, I have them to the inside to push my A-arm down further to get more height out of it, more clearance, because the rear end has all the weight. It needs the more leverage, I guess, kind of being in closer to push down harder, if that makes sense. That's what I did anyways. Oh, I gotta guess. Let's see who's back. There we go. Found the link.
Haha, yep.
What's going on,
I
man?
had Alex send it to me.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, every time I try to touch it on earlier, and I was gonna say it's on the very top of the chat, but I don't know
Yeah,
if you
but
can go up there.
once you get so many chats,
Yeah,
it scrolls
yeah.
up and you lose it. But yeah, I had Alex send it to me.
Sweet.
But yeah, this is the body that I did.
Here, let me solo you out real fast so I can
Yeah,
see it.
I'm bad about kicking people off the stage and stuff too, but
Yeah.
it's not done painted yet because it's still
So
ugly, but
did you code the inside and out, or just the
Yeah.
inside?
yeah, I did
Oh.
the inside and out.
Yeah.
I did do drywall tape right through the center where the body post
Holes.
holes are.
Yeah, yeah.
And I did the inside of it. Now this body, surprisingly, whenever I took it out, I didn't even have it painted or nothing or any of the bed liner on it, and slid it for about 50 feet down the road, and it didn't even scratch the outside of it.
Heck
But
yeah.
that was before I shoe glued it.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
shoe glued it, but
And you run that on your
undercoated it.
Relarlo?
No, that one's actually for my 12
Oh,
17.
oh, sweet.
I couldn't find the daggone stock body for it one day, and I was looking around and I seen that juice bottle laying there, and I was like, hey, that's about the right size. Wonder if I could do it. So I made one and put it on it, and then ended up getting a cheap Walmart RC car and got this bug bot or this buggy chassis body like, and I put it on there.
Oh yeah, nice.
It looks pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I've seen another channel use a Walmart rock crawler chassis.
Well,
as a
now
body.
that is this one, which is exactly the same except 1/24 scale.
Yeah, nice.
24 Yep was talking about this one.
Mm.
He went into Walmart whenever he was showing on that video for cheap RC 24 scale bodies.
Yeah.
He went into Walmart and actually bought one. I bought this one just to play around and figure out if I was going to get back into the hobby, and then figured out that it would fit my 24 scale, my AX24. I'm putting body panels on it as of right now.
Nice. What are you using to do that?
A plastic cover over top of the motor and stuff off of a treadmill. And then
nice.
I'm heating it and forming it to the body lines.
Yeah.
It'll have the other side the same way as this. And then on the front, I had to cut my cage because this was sitting up too high with the interior in it. So I trimmed the back of the interior.
Nitro Addiction, thanks for stopping in, man.
So I trimmed the back of the interior out so that it would go farther down on
the chassis.
And where this is the AX24, I've got the Mofo carbon fiber chassis, and to get the weight down on it, I had to cut the front end off of it. I've got the other piece that I got to glue back on it yet, but to where it would drop down enough, and that's the reason I had to cut the back of the interior out, because it used to set up way too high. I mean, it wasn't too bad. It still was capable rig, but it just sat up too high, and I wanted my ground clearance to be, my center of gravity to be lower. So that's the reason I'm doing that. And it seems like it's going to work out pretty good. But yeah, I'm the same way you are, man. If I'm using my phone as my StreamYard, I kick myself off of it. I kick other people off of it. I mean, my big fat fingers.
When I first had Jim on, he's like, "Oh man, I could barely hear you," and so I was trying to adjust my mic, and both times I kicked the whole. I just logged back in.
I do the same thing.
Dang it! So I was trying to keep the thing close to me. I don't know. Hopefully, you guys can hear me all right. If not, let me know.
You're good. I can hear you. And could whenever I was on the computer.
Veteran RC's back. What's going on, man?
What's up, Vet? But I'm sitting here looking at the chat and stuff now. But the way Earl's got his body set up, I think he's going to be all right with that Gorilla tape on the inside.
And then I think he put a pad on the front.
He's got it set up. He's got foam that comes right up to the body. Mount where it comes down onto the pin. And I told him to use a washer like your buddy made you one for that Stampede, and put on top of it. That way it'll support it a little bit more too, so that the pin don't pull all the way through. I think that'll work out good. He's got that truck set up. I can't wait till he gets it out and actually rips.
I was hoping he got paddles so he could play in the snow. I don't know if he actually got snow or not, but he's
they're getting snow right now, he said. He had to go get his daughter from work, and he had to drive out in it there. It's butt ass cold, he said, up there, and
dang,
snowing, which we've just got the rain. That system that's hitting them.
Chad, welcome back.
What's up, Mini Stock?
Mini Stock.
The cold part of the storm went north of us here in West Virginia, and it's getting them pretty hard, it looks like.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go fill up my drink real fast.
I'll go for it, brother. I'll aggravate everybody while
down the show for me, please.
I got you, bro. But hey, guess what, guys? I got a hold of Trey at 24 Yep, and I'm going to be sending PMAX up to him. I think. Yep. I got a hold of him today, and I'm waiting on him to answer me back. Other than that, hell yeah, because I want his wife to roast the hell out of PMAX, which I'm taking a lot of the hot glue and cleaning it up so it don't look total redneck engineered. But I got to leave some of it so it's my style, because hot glue loves you. And if I didn't jank up something together, it just wouldn't be my style. So, I just want to see what she has to say about it, especially with Skevy Skev driving with his sliding sideways helmet sideways on, and letting these drive. And I think it's pretty cool. That's where the reason I'm doing this all up is for whenever I get to go in May up to Jim's, and that way I get all my scale points. I'm building a wire basket up here on top of the roof. Where did it go? So my
Earl, I seen. Oh, sorry to interrupt. I seen you put those 3D printed plates on there. I had a 3D printed body saver.
Yeah.
Where'd my body go? I had it in here. I think it's outside. Put this on. I had it that fit across the whole bed. But the problem is it had one little bump out on each side around the body hole. So I need to get the adjustable, I think I have them, body mounts that bring the posts inward a little bit.
Oh, inward.
And then that way it would have I could put a big washer over it, like you were talking about.
Yeah.
Because I took that thing and put it on, barely fit, got it on. First time I jumped, I did a freaking
nosedive
front thing, landed, bam, broke that thing right off. So, I kind of worry about your 3D printed parts. Like, if you crash big on it, it might not hold up.
I can't remember.
For sliding across the ground, it'll be fine. But
I can't remember what he said that they were made out of.
Bad.
But they look actually pretty substantial. I think he's going to be all right. Now, what I was telling you about earlier in the chat that it got a little bit messed up was I hit that driveway drain with the Relarlo Omni Terminator, the one I call Turtleator, full tilt. I mean, balls to the walls, full tilt, hit it straight on an 8-inch driveway drain, and all it broke was the rod link end on the steering. Let's see. This one, I hate going backwards right here. That's all it broke. It didn't even bend the link or nothing, dude. It just broke that plastic rod end off there.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about these Relarlos. They're tough as heck, except for that yellow, the metal edition body that they had. I mean, yes, I was learning to drive a fast RC car with this truck, but I only wrecked it 4 times, and four battery packs, and the stock body was junked.
Yeah.
So I bought a Proline Ford Raptor body and put on it, and it lasted for a good long bit. But I didn't put the riff skids on it, which I should have, and it changed up the geometry. It wouldn't self-right or nothing after that. That's the reason I called it Turtleator and made the turtle body. Did you see the turtle body that I put on it?
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet. I handmade it out of a hazmat placard that goes on the side of a tanker truck, and hand beat out the aluminum body on it.
Nice.
It it's just for show. I just did it because I was making fun of Arlo's body.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Earl, my idea was this body's pretty much shot, and I don't know if I could do it over the tape like you were talking about, but I was gonna like take off all the stickers, take off the these body washers that I got on here, and just line the whole body in and out, because I mean you can see pretty flexy right by the body post. The back's pretty good, but right in the middle pretty flexy. So this is one of those Amazon Summit Link bodies. The rest of it's pretty good, and really the only thing that's broken is that. I mean, I've landed this thing upside down and stuff, and there's like no other crack in it. You can see the stress marks in it from being, flexed real hard, but it's held up pretty good. But I'm hoping I could rhino line the whole outside, inside. We lost Dub V.
I'll be right back.
Oh, all righty. I saw you meant black.
Trying to send Jason that link.
Oh, sweet. I was gonna say I could try, man, but I don't know if I'll get it.
Yeah, I sent it to him.
Sweet. Yeah, heck yeah, I want to see that thing.
Yep. Because dude,
stay on a little longer.
He's got that truck set up, and I can't believe he's got more patience than Job, because he's had that thing for over a month, and the only thing he's done is drove it around in the kitchen once or twice.
Yeah,
I'd have had that sumbitch out in the snow, ripping the guts out.
Yeah, something.
That's me. Like you said, you bash your trucks, I bash mine.
Yeah.
I bash my crawler.
I'd have drove somewhere and found a parking lot that they like plowed just to, something.
Yeah, I've got to get the diff cups for Turtleator and get him fixed. Everybody always bitches about the diff cups on the Arlo Omni Terminators going out quick, which I understand why they're not made out of the best metal, but it's over 70 packs probably through it, and it finally tore up the diff cups.
Nice.
So I've got to order those yet.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm telling you, if Arlo would make their parts available for the aftermarket, it would literally help out their business model so much better.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of,
especially now with all the stuff going on with China.
I mean, that's why a lot of the crawler stuff is so popular, is because you can buy like a basic crawler, and then you can just build the shit out of it. And that's the same thing like this. I've bought a basic ass truck, and then built the shit out of it, put a bunch of parts on it, replaced all the broken shit. So yeah, I mean, stuff like that really helps push the the car further.
Right. And like I was telling Alex, whenever y'all were talking about the diff oil and stuff, really it depends, like you said, on the terrain, but it also depends on your driving style. I'm like Jeremy T. I like mine to drift. But he was saying he did his opposite. I lock my rear differential.
Yeah.
That way it will kick. You know, I earplug it. Now the center diff, I earplugged it, but I didn't put everything back together. I was going to run it just as a 2-wheel drive for a while, but whenever I put it back together, I didn't get the diff right or something, and so it's not running. But I locked it up so that it would run in 2-wheel drive, so that it wouldn't diff out toward the front. You know what I mean? To where it didn't have a differential in it. But I'm just waiting on parts, and then I'll put it back together. I hadn't messed with it.
Backstage.
But Speed Buggy, it doesn't have a center diff. It's just got a front and rear diff.
Hey, what's going on?
Tiny hippie.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, brother?
Not much.
I've been talking you up pretty good on that.
Yeah, I know, man, and I don't know why.
Well, because I think you did a hell of a job on it, brother. I think it's gonna be all right.
Let's check this video.
But yeah, whenever you see these 3D printed parts, Denny, you'll understand what I'm saying. They're substantial, and they didn't look like they were real flexy or brittle, either one.
Yeah, they're hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, that one's bolted down enough. Yeah, those are a lot thicker than I thought.
Yeah.
And the front is bolted down enough where it's not gonna flex.
Right. It's right there in that crease.
They are.
Yeah. It's right there in that crease on that hood, and the way it's bolted up underneath, it's got a big flat spot underneath that I think it'll help protect it.
I had to notch out the tabs in the back for the clips.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask you if you had to do that.
But underneath,
yeah, show them that foam setup you got going.
I need to put some foam under mine by my battery wires.
That's an ingenious idea. I never even thought about doing it.
So under here, let me turn my turn it up a little bit more. But under there is a block of rubber.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
See that?
Yeah.
And it's even with the body post. And I just put that on there, so when the body goes down, it's sandwiched down real tight.
Nice.
I think that'll help support it.
And I did the same thing in the back, on the back shock tower.
Which there's one thing that was said about the MT10, comparing it to a lot of the other 10 scale trucks, like the mini Turtleator here. The body on them are way better material than what they are, especially on the metal version of the Terminator, because they're junk.
Yeah.
So there's the inside.
Yeah, you got a lot of tape on there. That'd be a bitch to take off, I think. But
yeah, especially I used the hair dryer. Yeah. I hit the hair dryer and creased it all down into the creases and everything. So,
well,
but I mean, this thing is
glue adhere, you know, a lot more to the plastic too.
Yeah, this thing.
I don't think you'll have a problem.
No, especially with this on there and that on there and the tail on there, it's gonna. Yeah, I'll get some scratches on the side and stuff like that, but it'll
end up like Turtleator's stock body did, plumb junk.
And then I had my retaining clips from like 20 years ago in my other box. I can't believe they're not dried out.
I use the Arma ones.
Yeah, I
think they were GPM or I think that's what they were, GPM or RPM. One of those companies from back in the day.
I use the Arma ones, and I space them out. That way they are straight when they're...
Right.
Oh, yeah.
The back, I'm missing one, but that one's hanging over it and different body pin in it. But if you have a bunch of slack in it, they tend to like pull out or something. It sucks.
Yeah.
And like since mine are connected, I can't really do it on the back because of that wing on here. But I'll put one post in, get one pin going that direction.
Yeah.
And then the other pin will go the other direction. Yeah. So and I always use a rubber band to connect my two pins, even if it ain't tethered to the body. So if one pulls out, it's still connected to the rubber band, and I don't lose it in the street or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
and if you put one in the opposite direction, when you're sliding down the road, it'll only pull one pin out.
Yeah. See, I tend to put my two front ones in one way and my two rear ones in the other way.
Right. Whenever I did it on the I see why you can't put no lights on the bottom of yours.
No, I could put lights right there.
Yeah, right
next to the muffler.
Yeah, you can
the exhaust pipe will cover it and protect it because they hang down a little bit.
Remind me, and I'll throw you some LED strips that I've got in that box that I'm sending you, so that you don't have to.
I have just LEDs already wired up.
Okay.
Different colors. I just got to put plug-in on it and drop it in.
Yeah, but there's the Turtleator body that I've made out of that placard.
Nice.
But, the way it sits on it, you get caught by wind and tear it up anyway. I just did it sort of as a joke so that Annie Rollo and all of them could see it whenever I put it in the Rollo group. But yeah.
I put a 14-tooth pinion gear on here too. I took the 12-tooth off and put a 14-tooth on there.
Are you going to run 2S or 3S?
3S.
Oh, shit.
Hey, these are rape dates. I know it.
Yeah.
Hey, Diesel. What you doing, boys?
We're all talking to you. Thank you. He's been sitting over here whining ever since you got on there. He says, that's my Uncle Jason, damn it. I want to talk. He gets bitchy, too, whenever Skev won't say hi to him. He hears Skev. He comes in from the other room.
Yeah, it's funny.
Get up here and lay down. Come on.
Tuck that in, like.
But yeah, man, I just wanted to show you what I did with that body there.
Yeah,
and it works out good. I mean, yeah, it's going to track some. Now, I do suggest using the cheaper. Oh, now see, I like that light on that fan.
Look at that fan.
Yeah.
Can you see that, Danny?
Yeah.
Yeah, he bought
changing
that fan
colors.
on that
Yeah.
But
I don't even have room to put a fan on mine. It's like right under the body on mine. I need to get a. They have the Summit Link black. They had a bug body just like that American one, but black.
Right.
I thought about getting that because it goes up and gives me a lot more room. Like right now, when I crash upside down, the body's like hitting the top of the ESC wires and shit, bending them over.
Well, that's
right.
Dude, the battery.
I need some foam. I need some foam between my body and my ESC and shit.
If you do the ESC relocate on these Velarlos to get the big enough battery pack for it, you know, to be able to run a 5200 or 5000 mAh.
Yeah.
It puts your ESC up on top of that double center brace, and whenever you wreck, I mean, it's going to come right down on it hardcore and break it. So that's the reason
Jason,
I just run the 2200 mAh batteries in it.
Yeah.
What's
going on, Jason?
I still get 30 or
talking
so
about bashers.
minutes.
I don't remember if you had a bash or not. I thought someone gave you something to bash on.
Who's that?
Jason. Just jumped in the chat.
Oh,
yeah, see, my tires ballooned. But
there he is.
I'm only on 2S.
Diecast King.
Yeah, these don't balloon too. I mean, they balloon, but not too bad.
Yeah.
Hey, I found out a little trick from that too. To keep them from ballooning, it's sort of belting.
What's that?
Is taking a good monofilament fishing string and going in between your treads of your tire, and it'll help it keep it from ballooning. You know, you'd have to put either like some spider wire, some of the good
spider wire.
Now, is that the one you're running 3S on, Denny, or
no? That's only 2S.
2S. That's
you can just tell how bouncy mine is.
But
this
I don't know
about jerking it out of my hand, man.
Yeah.
You know, I saw it on one channel. I can't remember who did it. To be honest, I think it was Life Balling that did it. Or was it Evan at Derby City? I watch so many YouTube channels, guys.
I watched Evan's videos too.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
On the MT10.
Man.
Jason has a Rustler. That's cool.
Oh, okay.
Is it 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive? Hopefully 4-wheel drive.
Oh, yeah.
You need some paddles on that thing to play in the snow, Jason. I'm sure you're busy. Damn it.
Yeah, that's like Brett Ballin. He does all these crazy ass videos, sort of like Kevin Talbot, but he put paddles on the back of his Slash and was running it. It was wicked, and they did that drag Slash today. The video he had, and I told Byron, I was like, Byron, you got to put paddles on that thing just to see what it's done. I said, you already tore the heck out of the body, so he said, don't worry. He said, we're doing a whole episode with paddles on everything.
Nice.
He said, just for you, Redneck. I said, yeah, right.
Yeah, Jason's Rustler's 4-wheel drive. That's awesome. Those things are cool. They rip. I don't know if it's got to be the VXL. If Kev had it, I doubt he bought the
JM's RC in the chat just said line the inside of the tire with drywall tape. That would help it from the fiberglass tape would help it from expanding too, and you just coat it with shoe glue or a patch compound like you do for the inside of a patch or plug or a tire.
Yeah, tire patch.
Yep.
Put my little
Jason said it's brushless, but he don't know what brushless.
Well, if it's stock, it's the VXL. Like this one's got the VXL 3S or whatever. if it's not, then it's who knows
Probably
what
Hobby Wing or
who knows what Kev put
Castle
in it,
or something.
It's probably, I mean, being Traxxas, and if he didn't want it, he probably just had a stock rig that he got rid of.
Right. Now I'm
still,
running Traxxas 21 turn 550 can in my Gen 7.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, and it had a smaller tooth on it, which had it geared down some, but it's got I put the stock tooth on it for the slash motor, and it didn't really hurt the slow crawl that bad, and it didn't really make it that much faster. But I mean, there's a big difference in between the teeth. I think I had like a 14 tooth on it to begin with whenever I got the truck, and now it's got like a 21 tooth. So I figured it would hurt the slow crawl way bad. Make it way too fast. But truthfully, it's not. I couldn't believe it.
JM said he's got skis on his 2-wheel drive. That's awesome.
Oh
yeah, I like that netting for it too.
Yeah, Jason. Now, did that come with that? I meant to ask you.
Yeah, it came with it.
Okay.
The mesh
bag.
That right there is the slickest thing since sliced bread to keep dirt out of the inside of your truck. As long as
keep most of the dirt out.
Yeah,
it's gonna keep most of the big
it's going to
out.
keep most of the big stuff out.
Especially your fan. Like you're gonna want to keep that fan and shit safe.
Yep.
So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, see, mine don't have no room for that. Mine's, you can see the body posts are right above the freaking ESC.
Oh yeah,
it's right there, and then I don't have no chassis. Like there's barely enough room on each side for anything. Like the wire for the servo just goes out around the chassis. It doesn't. There's nowhere for it to go.
But yeah, if you can see right here, wait a minute, go the wrong way. Okay. Well, put my fingers there so I can find it. I broke
Jason says he has a
ESC
castle system in it. That thing probably rips then. Jason, you should see if Skev still has that body that he was going to send me. I know he's busy, but if he still has it, that'd be cool.
Yeah, the only thing I've really broke besides that steering link is I did break the fan off of it at the skate park for the ESC. Yeah. I stole the steering link off of there to put on Princess Speed Buggy because I broke the link end that I had to replace. I broke it again on accident. Turn back around, Kevin. Thank you.
When bashing, no need for a fan. Well, I mean, it depends. He might be in the snow and freaking with paddles and overloading it. And
that thing runs hot. If you watch any of the videos, they're all saying that motor runs
hot. The same thing with the metal version of the
so I bought one.
It's the same way. It's just got that 45 amp ESC, and it's not big enough, and it needs the fan on it too.
Yeah.
It got hot and shut off on me a couple times, even with the fan on it. But it was 100 and some degree days back there in the summer.
Yep. I mean, you got to figure I'm not easy on my shit, so.
Oh yeah, Jason.
Hi.
Everyone keep Kev in your prayers.
I have a RC bashing problem.
Yeah. Me too. I have 2 of the same goddamn truck because I wanted a faster basher.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I learned to drive Turtleator with a launch ramp.
Yeah. The other thing I've been really kicking around is I watched this kid build a freaking mountain bike ramp out of the box that his bike came in, cardboard. And I was looking at that corrugated plastic, that's like cardboard but plastic.
Oh yeah,
I was thinking I could get a few sheets of that and bend them just perfect. Maybe get some real wood for the sides and build a portable ramp. That way I could go to the park and jump freaking into the nice soft grass or go to the, because right now I'm looking for somewhere to play, and the skate park's going to have skaters.
daggone skaters at a skate park.
I don't know. I mean,
know that we're there to run.
I don't know what the heck they're doing there, but getting in the way.
Yeah.
But then I go look at like the baseball diamond, and I don't really want to like tear up the mound of a baseball diamond.
Right.
And I want to jump it pretty big, so I was thinking like I just need to build a nice portable.
That's where you got. Wait a minute. If you go there pre-season, the fucking baseball diamond is gonna be fucked.
Yep.
From the
Yeah.
rain and the.
Yep.
Then go out there and rip it the fuck up. But once they rake it one time, don't
No.
touch that bitch.
Yeah.
You're gonna get your ass in trouble.
Because
Yeah. No, like right now, there's obviously not playing nothing because it's not.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what he was
time
saying.
yet.
You know, in the winter and early spring. I know we start baseball season around here practicing and mid.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think I already saw Little League sign up banners in my town.
Yeah,
So
they're
it's
already
not,
signing up.
It's
here.
not far away, but.
And whenever I was coaching, you know, I was the ground maintenance guy, so I didn't like anybody coming out there and ripping up.
No,
stuff.
yeah.
Now, if they would stay away from the mound, it would have been okay with me because we're always dragging it. You know what I mean? But the mound, it takes just so much work to get that good clay.
Yeah, you want it nice and. You got a fancy camera.
Did you get that camera, Earl?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I've been using it as a dash cam on the car just to get used to it, you know?
Now, is that the one that I sent you the link for, or is it one like it?
Yeah. Okay, it's that ice box.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good little camera, dude. I just got to figure out how to use it as another computer camera. I think where the C plug goes into it, that's not the one that you need. That's for just downloading. But where the regular micro USB or whatever it is, the Samsung shaped one, I think that one will let me use it as another computer camera.
Like streaming camera.
Really?
Yep.
I thought that was just for charging because I plugged it in and it started charging it.
Yeah, well, either one of them you can use it to charge with, but the C-type charger one is for rapid downloading or uploading. And I can't find my daggone manual about it to see if the Samsung.
That fucking manual's a piece of shit. It came with this fucking thing.
Yeah, that's the only.
Gives more information out of a fucking wrapper as one of your toilet paper.
Oh wow, mine was better than that. It should be. I
got the book upstairs. It's fucking.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought I had the book laying right here, but I don't see it, which my organizational skills really suck.
Like, I don't even know how to hook up a Bluetooth microphone to it.
Make sure on that one that it is one of them that will. There was 3 versions of that, and
now you fucking tell me.
Well, one of them will Bluetooth and the other one won't. But it comes up, if it comes up external camera, it'll Bluetooth.
It don't have that either, no.
Sure.
I gotta either use that fucking stupid app to come with it, or I gotta take this card out and put the card in the computer.
Right. The SD card.
Yeah. I don't think there's any way of connecting this thing to a computer. I didn't think.
Oh yeah. Using the C cable, it'll let you download it right to the computer. You just need a USB to C, like the old style chargers, not the
USB to a C.
Yep, and it will let you download it all right straight off of there. I do know that because that's what comes up whenever I try to use it as a webcam.
It says something about microphone. Let me turn it on.
Yeah, on your settings, it'll say external or internal.
And
I'll have to look and see. I don't know how to do that on that part. But for the price, it came with all those mounts, man, and it's got great video quality. So, if you ever do decide to need a good cheap GoPro,
nothing better to do.
Way less expensive than a GoPro, and for the money,
it was only $50, dude.
Yeah.
I can't complain. It's got the waterproof case. It's like good up to like 300 meters underwater.
Yeah, the only thing about it is it doesn't record audio if that's on unless you have a wireless mic.
LG, you're at the live on the pub and you didn't kick anybody out.
This records audio.
Yeah, it will, but just not with that waterproof case.
Oh, correct.
External mic, yeah.
All right, so
welcome back. WB is welcome back, LG.
It says internal mic or automatic. That's what mine says.
Yeah.
I have it on automatic.
Right. Yeah, and it'll it just don't work with the waterproof case because it covers up the mic unless you have an external mic. But I just wanted to come on here and show you that body real quick. Denny, thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button.
Heck yeah.
That thumbs up button. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. I promise.
Yeah.
But it helps him out.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, man. And like I said, whenever you get done, I'm probably go live here in a little bit. I'll be in the chat. I just wanted to come on and show you what I was talking about that body.
Yeah. Thanks.
But thanks for having me, brother. And Earl, I'll holler at you. Everybody in the chat. Peace out, Girl Scout.
Yeah, man. I gotta get to bed soon.
Hot Glue loves you. Later, guys.
Later.
So have you found anything else that you haven't done that you want, like springs or shocks or tires or wheels?
Yeah, I want to get those paddle tires, and I might get another. I would like to get a set of Proline trenchers. I think they were.
Yeah, those are sweet.
Yeah, that's what they were. And then
LG, hope that everything turns out well for your mom.
Yeah, me too.
My aunt just had back surgery, I believe, today. My mom should know more about that, but yeah, my mom needs back surgery too coming up soon. So
yeah, I gotta get my neck done.
Yeah,
I gotta get my neck operated on.
My dad needs his hand. He needs a scope down his throat. All kinds of shit.
Yeah, man. But for upgrades, yeah, I think I will get the. They make aluminum shocks for the front and back, and the C hubs, aluminum C hubs all the way around, and that'll probably be about it.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I shied away from getting the aluminum C hubs, I think, because I was like, well, if something's going to break, I might as well be something easy.
Yeah, and I might not even get them. I may just keep it. I'll probably just keep it like it is until I blow the shocks out, and then I'll buy new shocks.
Does RPM make like different plastic ones or?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything. I haven't even put the RPR. I can get it out. Yeah. RPM arms on yet. I figured I'd wait until I break them.
Yeah.
I got them in my bag that I take to the skate park with me or wherever I go in case I need parts.
Yeah.
But they make steel drive shafts for them. I've never had a truck with these plastic telescoping ones, but from what everybody says, they're strong. I'm like, I guess so. It all depends on how much power I guess you're putting down to it.
Yeah, on my rear end, I mean that's probably the weakest point is where it attaches to the transmission. You break those cups all the time, and I know like you can get heavy duty ones, but it's like super thick drive shaft, and then it narrows down to this little cup that's still
that little thin cup that just pops right off.
Yeah, and you're like, well, good thing it's freaking nice and heavy duty out here where it doesn't even matter.
I've even bent like on my Savage at 1/8 scale. I had nice thick ones. I bent them bastards. They just, I don't know how. I bend the dog bones, but they bend. Well, I do know how, but.
Oh yeah. Thrashing it.
I was not just that. I was doing the shit Kevin Talbot's doing with that truck 18 years ago.
Yeah.
Wide across the whole skate park and hit the quarter pipe deck and just launch it.
Yeah.
And that thing would go 30 feet in the air and like 60 feet past the ramp before it hit. And it was landing on dirt, so
see, my skate park doesn't have a good ramp that like leads out to grass. It's all like there's a big gap of cement and a rail and a curb, and it's like if I clear all that, then I'm just landing on rocky dirt. So it's like, I don't know if I want to send it all the way that big out the skate park, but someday I probably will. Someday I'll put 3S in it so it'll go wicked fast, and I could go like I could go 200 feet across a skate park wide open and hit a big, perfect freaking half pipe. Launch that thing.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I was running mine on 6S when I was hitting that thing, and my shocks are probably like a 1.3 inch rim. That's probably how wide the shock is on my
Oh shit.
8th scale. They're from a 5th scale low C.
Oh, nice. LG, yeah, that's my auntie that's normally in the chat. My mom's sister had back surgery today. Yeah, I mean, the last time I went to the skate park, I kind of knew like my shock shafts were already a little bent. I knew I wanted to upgrade it and stuff, so I just kind of let it go nice and big and freaking. I could have like there was several times where I could have just like you said, full trigger from all the way across the skate park and really hammered it. But I mean, I was going big for what I thought, and for a stock truck, it obviously bent the shocks and moved my motor. Yeah. What happened is my motor moved away and was freaking spinning against the freaking spur gear and shit.
So the guys were snapping the shaft off the motor, snapping right off the shaft.
Oh shit!
There's a little bit of a gap underneath the front of the motor, so I took some foam, folded it up, and shoved it under there, and set my gearing.
Yeah. Yeah, I could probably the way the Traxxas transmission, the motor like sits in a cup, and there's a little bit of gap on the bottom that I could probably fill with something. Because it's only got 2 screws in it. It like rocks away from it, so anytime you land on the rear end, it's pulling the motor away from it. Yeah, I tightened it down last time, but I probably should have put some thread lock and shit on it.
Yeah, definitely. This will be my first 1/10 scale basher, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Jason says it looks like you're eating dog treats.
Yeah. They're good. What time is it?
My time, it's only 9. Yeah, if you need to go, no worries. I'll probably call it right after you head out. I don't got much.
Yeah, I gotta get up at 5:30.
Yeah.
5 hours. All right, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Cool truck. Can't wait to see you bash it.
Yeah, I gotta get some video of it first before I get it all nasty, and then I'll take it out in video, beating the shit out of it.
Sweet.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Yeah, thanks for stopping
Later.
See ya. Scooby snacks. Yep, I'm about ready to go make some Scooby snacks of my own. But yeah, I just had to show off my new springs and shocks. I wanted to go to the skate park today and make a video, but like I said, when it's nice out, it gets all peoply. So I want to build a ramp. I'm going to look into, I just watched somebody build a ramp, and I don't really want wood, and I don't really want just cardboard, because I want to be able to like set it outside and play with it all the time. But I think that corrugated plastic, nice and with solid wood sides that I cut at an angle, and then maybe like 3, I might need more than that, a couple 1-bys or something across, so I can get that arc. And then I only want it like 2 feet tall maybe, and like 3 feet wide. You're supposed to go some ratio of like for every foot tall you go 2 feet long. But I want it to fit like in my trunk of my car, so I can just like take it to the park, set it up, maybe be able to like prop it up on the curb and get more of an angle, or like set it next to a curb so it doesn't, push when I hit it. But yeah, I was even looking at the skateboard ramps. The problem is they're only like barely a foot tall. And if you get like a mountain bike one that's like portable, that's like metal and folds up and shit, they're like $200 to $400. So it's like, I'm just going to build something. But I thought about like cardboard, honestly, because I watched this kid build one but he used a lot of ribs in it, and I just feel like even if I used corrugated plastic, I'd want them to like slot together, and then they're still not gonna join well. Like I was talking to my mom about it earlier about riveting them together, the corrugated plastic, but I would need like a washer for the rivet to sandwich it, and I don't really want to use like just tape, but maybe something like just tape would be enough for, you know, a basher ramp. I don't know. I want to go to Home Depot and see how much that corrugated plastic is. I think that there they had like a 4x8 sheet, which on Amazon I was looking at 24x36 sheets. And I was thinking my jump could be 36 inches wide, and I could put 2 of those 24s sloped up. I don't know, but I need to jump. I want to jump. I've been looking for a place to bash, and I know there's plenty of parks with good grass and like parking lots and dirt lots, you know, stuff like that, but there's nowhere with a good terrain. Like, you know, I want like a skate park type of jump, but you can't always go to the skate park. Yeah, mechanical fastener. That's what I was thinking. I could put wood on the sides, like just like the thinnest piece of plywood I could buy, really, because I want it to be super lightweight, so I can just like, obviously I don't want to carry it far, but if I went to the park and had to like go over there so I could jump through something, or I don't know, whatever. I see like Kamikaze RC and Thunder RC, they always have like jumps they bring with them. Thunder RC's got a huge jump, you know, he's got to like have a truck to bring that with him, but I want something just small enough. I was even thinking if I brought it to the skate park, I could try to grind a couple of the rails with my Stampede, if I could like just jump right up onto them and stuff. So stuff like that for video ideas and stuff. I just think it'd be cool to have a portable ramp, but I'd have to make one because the purchase one's pricey, and they're not. I remember seeing, I think CCXRC used to have a bunch of the skateboard BMX type of plastic ones, and you know, they're only so wide where you like have to be a good driver to hit it, which I'm not that great. Or he would have like too wide and there'd be a hole in the middle, and he'd end up, you know, or you have to put something across it or whatever. So I just feel like building one that I need would be better. He sent off the death ramp. Oh, my dog wants in. Come on. He had an MC10. He set off the death ramp. I didn't see that episode, I guess. Because he sends everything off that thing. If it can survive that kind of bashing, that's what's up. PVC is a very dense plastic. Yeah, I thought about even that corrugated plastic and just like PVC pipe. And I mean, you can bend PVC pipe pretty easily, so I guess I could like flex it, but I don't know how I would necessarily connect the bottom where it slopes down, how I would connect that. Or I wonder if a rivet would stick a piece of corrugated plastic to a piece of PVC pipe. I don't know, I was thinking just like 1x, or even basically the smallest piece of lumber I could get. Heat and flex PVC, yeah, because then I'd have to heat it and flex it, because I wouldn't want it wanting to be straight all the time. I'd want something to keep that nice perfect curve so that I have a good launch ramp. Because the other thing with the plastic ones you can buy, they're just like an angle, so you come up to it and your front tires off of it, and you know, you're all unsettled before you even hit the jump. You want to like smooth transition, so use PVC glue would do it. Yeah, see, I want wood and screws, but I want it to be able to pick up and put in my trunk. That's the other thing, is I can't make it too high because I want to be able to close my trunk. make some donkey kick. Yeah. Yeah, if you have too much of an angle on your ramp, because that's my problem in the backyard right now is I have a little dirt jump that has a nice smooth kick, but it's only like this tall maybe. So, I'm not going real far. And then I have a big piece of wood and I have a smaller piece of wood on the bottom to try to like, counteract that steepness, but it's like bumps as you go off a jump, just unsettle your suspension. And with these new springs, my front end's pretty bouncy, so when I hit something it tends to wheelie up it, like even if I'm going around the track or hit a little rock, instead of my suspension really traveling, because I got these stiff springs, it kind of wheelies over them. So if I don't have a smooth transition, it kind of really upsets me going over the jump. Need my info, get you set up on a ramp. I mean, I know how to build ramps. I used to BMX and skateboard and all that stuff. I've built lots of jumps. I'm trying to think of like the most lightweight way possible. And like, if I could get that corrugated plastic to like slot together, like those models do and stuff, where there's like a relief in both, and have a couple layers of that. And then I was thinking I want like grip tape or some kind of traction on the face of it, because I want to be able to like power all the way through, rather than if I'm just like getting power and then hit a jump and my rear end gets squirrely because I'm on plastic, cardboard or something, or even plywood. Sometimes like I'll go to hit the jump kind of slow and just like go off it, and I see my rear end slide because it's on slick wood. So lightweight, grip, easy, portable. Yeah. Ultra thin plywood. It's not heavy. Gonna make it portable. Oh, you got a jump already? Nice. Oh, West Virginia, if you got your live set up ready to go, man, I'm pretty much ready to end it. I'm just sort of shooting the shit. Yeah, see, I don't even want to have to assemble it. I just want to like put it in my trunk, pull it out of my trunk, set it in the garage, or even like I want to be able to leave it outside almost too, so that I don't have to worry about it. So I wonder with the heat or the cold or whatever if it would screw up, but if it would, I'd put it in the garage and only pull it out when I play. Yeah, Earl needs to make a jump too, so I'm gonna figure out a jump, and that way I can freaking tell everybody how to make a sweet RC jump. I mean, there's tons of people. I just watched someone else make a ramp, and they used PVC pipe to get the curve right, and you can use a string and all kinds of stuff, but you definitely want like a curve, a nice easy slope to it. Oh, your ramp junk because you left it outside. Yeah, see, that's I have a few sheets of like particle board, and they're just like the super thick stuff, and they're like waterlogged, and that shit's just heavy, and I don't really want to build it out of that. I'd rather find like the thinnest sheet of plywood I could, and then build it out of that just for the sides. Like I wouldn't put a back or bottom or nothing on it. It would be as minimal as possible. Oh, poor dog. I don't know if you can hear my dog whining behind the camera, staring at me. Yeah, I mean, I used to get what's that freaking wood they use for skate ramps? Dang it. Not linoleum. I keep wanting to say linoleum, but it's something like that they use on like professional skate ramps. That's like real bendy, thin plywood type stuff that creates real smooth transitions. God, I can't think of what it's called, but we used to basically steal plywood, build a ramp, and then like buy the good wood to like do the final process, the nice bend. Otherwise, like as a kid, I had a lot of ramps that were just as a BMX jump and stuff. Oh man, see, you said you can't spell it, and I know what you're trying to say. but I can't think of it either. Veneer plywood is well thin. Yeah. Who won? Is that? Yeah. It's got to be it. I know. Yeah. See, I know what I'm trying to say and what you guys are trying to spell, but whatever it is. If you've ever built skateboard type ramps, you know what we're talking about. Thin ass plywood. But yeah, all right, guys. I've been on for 2.5 hours. There is, let's see how many is still watching. 12. Sweet. I don't know how many were on, but I had a bunch of new timers from the other lives. So if you have a chance, go check out them. I don't think any of them posted their links or anything, or I don't have any moderators that could have done that. Guess I should make some moderators. But yeah, thanks everybody for stopping in. I hope you have a basher. If you don't, you should get one because they're too much fun to break. Yeah, thanks for stopping in. Have a good night. I will see you guys next time.